I'm getting a feeling that we are going to have quite a good fun time here tonight.
For the last 40 years, the Dome has been home base for the greatest moments in SU sports history. But it's also been home to the biggest music acts to ever visit Syracuse, from Mick Jagger to Kanye to Billy Joel, and again, and again. For this episode of Dome Sweet Dome, let's take a look back on the legendary artists who came to play at the Loud House. The first non-sporting event ever held in the Carrier Dome was a Republican campaign fundraiser for Ronald Reagan in October 1980. His wife Nancy Reagan hosted with Wayne Newton and Frank Sinatra, entertaining the crowd of 13,000. In 1981, the first rock concert to play the Dome was Santana. The young crowd loved the show, but critic Annette Brown wrote in the Syracuse Herald-American that the Dome was not an ideal music venue. Too much concrete, she wrote, and a half-circle-shaped area did absolutely nothing to enhance the music. But that didn't stop the bands from coming. Later in 1981, the Rolling Stones came to rattle the Dome, drawing many fans camping outside for tickets. But they couldn't get no satisfaction because the Stones returned to play the Dome in 1989, 94, and 98 to huge crowds each time. The Police, with Sting, took the Dome stage in April 1982. They returned in 84. A few months later, the Grateful Dead came to play at the Dome in September of 1982, and Van Halen followed later that year. The Who would play the Loud House that December in 1982, and with 45,000 fans in attendance, it would be the biggest indoor rock audience in the history of the Northeast for the time. Willie Nelson played an all-day concert in July 1983 that was so hot it was dubbed the Syracuse Sauna. David Bowie took the Dome stage in September 1983, and Bruce Springsteen performed in the Dome for 2 shows in January 1985. The Boss returned in November 1992. Prince also took the Dome stage in March 1985 during his Purple Rain tour. U2 played the Dome for a sold-out crowd of 39,000 in 1987, and Pink Floyd also performed that year and returned in 94. Bon Jovi came in 1989, and just like that, a new decade arrived. Eric Clapton played the Dome in April 1990, followed by a huge crowd of 38,000 fans turning out for New Kids on the Block that November. Santana returned to the Dome in 1991, this time not as a headliner, but to open for Rod Stewart. And Neil Diamond came in 1993. Country star Garth Brooks drew 50,000 fans to 2 sold-out Carrier Dome shows in April 1997. Nearly 39,000 fans converged on the Dome in 1997 to see Genesis with lead singer Phil Collins. Genesis also performed at the Dome in 83 and 92. In 2001, both Billy Joel and Elton John visited Syracuse to bring their face-to-face tour to the Dome for a sold-out crowd of 38,500 fans. In its third decade, Dome shows reflected the growing popularity of rap. Snoop Dogg headlined SU's Block Party in 2005. Kanye West headlined Block Party in 2006. And in 2010, 9,500 students came out to see headliner Drake at Block Party. Dave Matthews headlined the One World concert in 2012, but before Matthews even took the stage, the Dalai Lama himself gave a 50-minute talk about how to build a better society. Zac Brown Band also drew 24,000 fans to the Dome in November of that year. Pop star Kesha headlined Block Party in 2013, and Macklemore and Ryan Lewis performed later that year. Zedd and 2 Chainz took the Dome stage in 2014, and Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, brought the crowd to the Candy Shop in 2015. Also in 2015, The Piano Man returned to the Carrier Dome for the 7th time in 25 years. Billy Joel was presented with a number 7 Syracuse jersey. Country rocker Luke Bryan, freshly named the CMA Entertainer of the Year, put on a massive show for 36,000 fans in early April 2016. And just a few weeks later, Chance the Rapper performed at the 2016 Block Party with co-headliner The Chainsmokers. Block Party continued in the last few years with big names in hip-hop and R&B, like Travis Scott in 2017, SZA and Gucci Mane in 2018, and Khalid in 2019. But the biggest Dome show of the last few years was easily the long-awaited visit of Sir Paul McCartney in fall of 2017. Thousands of fans tailgated all day before the show. The Beatle regaled over 35,000 people with stories from his iconic career. The year 2020 brought major renovations to the Dome, and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has held off concert plans for now. But with a huge Dome makeover checked off the list, we can expect the Loud House will host many more big names in the future.